I believe we are on. All right, so I'm just gonna hang out for a bit, just for a minute. Wait, but you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get right to it. If you're looking at a recording of this, I'm just gonna get right into it, not just act, just not wait for anyone to. I think I'm in. People will, but I want to kind of get to you. I want to speak to you guys. But first, let me get to my award from GainsCon. Now, as you know, I am Barry Gaines, the owner and CEO of Gaines Entertainment, as well as the owner and creator of GainsCon, which is a sci-fi fantasy action film festival that premiered on November 19th in 2021. Now, this last month. And I will be having more. And in that time, I gave away an award, which is a Dragon Award. I gave away the Red Dragon, which is for the best picture, and then the rest are for the Gold Dragon, which is just as good. And I had to send those out. Well, I sent the Red Dragon out, but I had to create and finish the Gold Dragon, which I just did. So I'm very proud of it. The Gold Dragon was illustrated by my man David Jennings in Ireland. Each dragon is being hand painted by Faith Rios and is being printed by Scopatio. So I have three great hands on this, and I want to give you guys a look at it live. So here we go. But I can't do that because I have the green screen. So I got to take the green screen off in order for you guys to kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Now, some of you may have already seen it that I posted on my page, but there's something that you couldn't see at a still photo, on a still photo. So let me do this. Hang out with me for a minute. Hold up. All right, so I'm going to turn the green screen off for a minute, okay? Bah. Hold up. Ah, see, now I can show it. Ah, see? Ooh. Now, what I couldn't show was this. Anyone that gets the gold dragon, it spins. Isn't that nice? It's a beautiful piece of work. My illustrator did a great job. Faith did a fabulous job hand painting each and every one of these. So all of the winners from my film festival will be getting these. So I just have to show it off because I'm very proud of it. I'm excited. I can't wait for those guys to kind of get this in the mail. So this should be shipping soon. Okay. So, and like I said, it spins, which is really, really nice. And as you see, the dragons here and the plates on the bottom of the winner. And any category in which they won it. So there you go. All right. So I just want to get that to it. So now you see my green screen. Now let's get my green screen back up. There we go. Because I have some things I want to talk about. You know what I mean? So number one, just to repeat myself one more time, GainsCon is here, y'all. GainsCon is here, yo, because it's a film festival that I started, and it will be continuous forever. And the next one is going to be in 2022. I'm not sure yet what date. Probably sometime in September or so, but I'll let you guys know eventually. But right now, I have an event that's coming up very soon that I want all of you to know about if you don't know already. But that is Bang, A World of Worlds, red carpet premiere coming to you on January 22nd. We're going to start the New Year's off right with this premiere, January 22nd in Florida at Studio Movie Grill in Seminole, Florida. All right. Same place where I had GainsCon. So anyone that heard when I was talking about GainsCon before and about this theater, it's going to be the same theater in Seminole, Florida. So come to the theater. It's a luxurious theater. It has a full service bar. It has a full menu, burgers, steaks, all that. And also what's really nice about this place is that when you sit down, right, it has a little button on your seat. So you hit that button and the server comes to you to take your order. So you don't even have to kind of wait online and or go to the bar and order stuff and wait. You can just simply go into the theater, okay? You sit down, you press the button, bang, you got a server coming to you. So that's where my premiere is taking place, in that type of environment. And I want all of you to experience that. And I want all of you to join in and just make this a party for all of us. Everybody's going to be there. I mean, the whole cast is going to be there. You're going to have people, of course, local artists are going to be there. Local creators are going to be there. And what's great, too, about this is that I'm going to have a local short film to set it off. A short film is going to open my premiere. And it's going to be from a local artist, a local action sci-fi film that's going to open. And it's going to be really cool, to see other people in the area and see what they can do within the genre that I'm pushing. So that's going to come. Now, excuse me. Oh, I just ate. Now, who is going to be? Can't tell you just yet. I have someone in mind. I got to make sure they can do it. And once they can do it, I'm going to let all of you know what you're going to see before you see mine. Because you know what? It's about just supporting all the artists, not just mine, but the theater, the artist that's going, the movie that's going to open up my film, the artists that are there, showing their faces, explaining what they can do. Because explaining. You said explaining. Yeah, because I'm going to have this live, actually for just a certain time, and it can be in the beginning. I'm going to stream it, not the movies, okay, not the movies, but I'm going to stream the event in the beginning a little bit and a little bit at the end as well. So at least you get to see who's going to be there and what's happening, what we're doing. But I prefer all of you to come. If you're really interested in coming, please go to gainsentertainment.com and click onto the picture, the world premiere picture. It'll bring you straight to Eventbrite. You can buy a ticket right there. Now, I have two types of tickets, okay? You have $18 for a general admission. And then you have another ticket that is now, no, I think I changed it, didn't I? Oh, you know what? You're catching me on there. I just changed it and I lowered the price because you know what? I'm like, no, I want everyone to get there. You know what I mean? I want everyone to be involved. And I don't want this so far ahead, so far out of your price range, especially nowadays, that you can't, get a chance to join us, So right now, this is how it's going to work. Okay, like again, let me repeat myself. So you're going to have the $18 submission. All right, that's going to be called the Royal Admission. And then you have the Stone of Essence package. Okay, and that is at $35. Okay, that's $35, and that's going to give you one entree with everything. Okay, so the Stone of Essence package is $35. You get in and you get an entree. So it'll be very nice. And like I said, when you get there, you sit down in a seat, press your button, boop, bang. And you get someone to come to your seat and take your order. It's a great place. They have great people. And I want you all to experience this. I really do. And a World of Worlds, Rise of the King is here. You know what I mean? It is here. And I can't wait for everybody to check it out. This has been about a 3.5-year quest to kind of get this all together. I directed it, wrote it, produced it, choreographed it, and set everything up and fund the whole thing myself. So it took time to kind of get all those components together and pay all those components off and get it going. And finally, after all this time, and of course, with the pandemic pushed everything back at least a year and a half. So you got to kind of, kind of include that into the 3-year quest that I was on. But all of the actors, everyone involved in front of the camera and behind the lens just had a mission to get this done. We didn't care what we had to do, how long it was going to take. We just wanted to get this done because we knew we had a great story. We had something that's exciting, something that's new. It's a mythology that we are growing together, that we want all of you to take the ride with us on this. And I hope you do. If you want to see how it started, you can go to Tubi TV Amazon or Hoopla, and you can get to see the first season. And this one here, Rise of the King, is bigger, is more fleshed out, it has more effects, and the story starts to make more sense. Not saying it didn't make sense before, but you start to see where everything is going. What's the purpose of everybody's mission? Like why are they doing what they're really doing? And I explain a lot of that in this one. Now, in my films, I like to kind of get right to it. So the dialogue is brief, but it's to the point. I don't like things to sit too long and just kind of have you, starry eyed, or just having you start to look at your phone. I'm just being honest, because some people just start to look at their phone when people start to talk, and we don't want that. We want to kind of get you the information that you need and move on with the story and kind of get the plot going, kind of get you excited, get you involved. And that's what I try to do with this one. This is low budget, this is an indie film, but it's not, it wasn't made with that mindset. We made this mindset was required for this film as an epic mindset, a big blast, a sexy movie, something that us adults can have a good time and watch. Okay, so just to let you know, this movie is for mature audiences only, please. So when you buy the tickets, please keep that in mind. The place is for 18 and up after a certain time. I believe that after 6, I think it's like CMX, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it is. And but this movie definitely is for mature audiences. And I would just let you know, we're only going to allow 18 years and up. Okay. Nothing crazy. It's just for mature audiences, but it's fun. Everything, you can have a lot of effects there. You have a lot of fighting, you have a great story going on, and you have incredible acting that you're going to see. It's a great time. It's a great time. And all the actors are on there. Most of them been with me for about 5 years and change now, almost 6. I mean, it's a long time we've been together, and we created this world together. Everyone really honed in on their character and really understood where this story needs to go. And when you watch, I want you all, if you're watching this right now, please give time, take some time, go to Tubi TV. It's the easiest way to watch it. Go to Tubi TV, watch it there. Just put in my name, Barry Gaines, or just type in A World of Worlds, singular and plural, and watch it. And then from there, you can see where we want to go. With the limited resources we had, it wasn't just about that. It's just about the story itself is still epic and big. So then when you see the new one, you come along with us and hang out with us in the theater on January 22nd of next year, which is only a month away. Then you get to understand, what's going on in the second half. And then you can see how everything starts to really gel together, because it's a very big story. And just to try to kind of get all those components together to to make sure that they mesh well and make you understand what's happening and make you excited to see every frame was our job. And from what I see, not being biased because it's mine, but I'm very honest. I know if something is bad that I make or something is good. I'm very honest with myself. I am not in the clouds. I'm really not. Let me tell you, I'm very happy with this story. I'm very happy with this movie. I'm very happy with the performances. And damn, I am happy how the whole shit came about. And I can't wait for you guys to see this, And this is why, this is one of the reasons why I make movies, for these moments, to create something that's exciting, big, intriguing, and just something new. When you come to the theater and you watch a Gaines Entertainment feature, you're going to be, just projected to somewhere else. You're going to witness something new, something different. And that's what I really try to do. And with A World of Worlds, Rise of the King is a good idea. It gives you a good sense of what I want to do and what Gaines Entertainment is all about, So before I even go any further, I want to give a shout out to my cast and crew. Okay, my cast starting with Daphne Bless Averill, who is Sophia Hayden, the hero of the story. Then you have Rob Rios playing Zahian Korean slash Eric Wilson, and he is the king of the story. He's the first one. There are three others that we're still in search for, but he's right now the first one that is found. Then we have Daniel Pellissier, who plays the baddie, the evil Syl, who's taken over the entire planet. And then you have his concubines, played by Constance Payne and Maria Levy. Constance Payne plays Kayla Kovizian, who is a blood-drinking sociopath, but a hell of a warrior he was the commander of Syl's army. Then you have Maria Levy, who is with a large cult that's called the Quincentians. Her name in the movie is Il Rosris, also known as the Painted Guard. So them two are just fierce. Those two ladies are just very dangerous, and they are the bookends of Syl. Then you have the other heroes. You have Zachary Vasquez playing Tenant Phi, who's known as a Karathian. He's a different species that has skin like stone. And so they don't fight with any weapons. His people fight with their hands, and they're very, very strong. And then you have Desiree Rosbach playing Chip, or better known in the story as the Queen of Thieves. Her real name is Mia Bello in the story. So everyone has all these AKAs. I know. Everyone has like a bunch of AKAs, but it's you get used to it. It's easy to remember. You just pick a name. But she's in here and she's great. She gives she makes things a little light at times and fun for the very serious scenes. So she's very helpful, and she's a fantastic actress. So I can't wait to see her. And then we have Derek Wolf, who plays a character named Oren T. Roche, who is sent on a mission from Kayla Kovizian, because Kayla came and terrorized his village, but she wants to know where the resistance are. The resistance is a secret group who's trying to gather as many people as they can so they can overthrow Syl and take it back and take their planet back. Okay, but they want to know where they are because they're in hiding, and they hide very well because their powers are powerful as well. And Syl can't find them. So she has Oren T. Roche to go out there and just be like a Trojan horse to try to find someone in the resistance to trust him. And then from there, he can then, call Caleb back and tell him where they are or what plans they have. Okay. And then you have newcomers. We have some new characters from the first one. So that's why I want you to see the first one. I want you guys to see the first one so you understand. So we got some new characters in there. We have a new character by the name of Rinshi Sukora. And he is a Karathian as well, just like Zach's character, who's known as Tenant Phi. This character is the same, but he's the ambassador of the resistance. He's introduced in the movie. And then we have a new monster in there. I call them scavengers. The first scavenger, the main scavenger, and the most powerful scavenger is played by a newcomer, Ivory Daniel Lloyd. She does a great job. I can't wait for you to see her. She plays like two roles. I ain't gonna tell you what happens, but just understand she plays like two roles in one, so it's awesome. We also have Olga Petrovich, who also plays another scavenger. And we have Shane Peel, who plays a scavenger as well. We also have back from the first one, Sean Genther, who continues his role as Jukin Erstenru, who is a guard for a species who's with Syl's army, the Vampian. He is a guard for Lieutenant Christ, who's from the first one. Well, he reprises his role. In this one, and continues, and I kind of build his character more so you can understand what he's kind of about. He's not just there with cool glasses and a suit. I mean, he does have a purpose. He does have a skill set. So you'll start to see what his skill set is. And then introducing a newcomer to the cast as well. And he's all over the movie, if you can see who he is. But his name is Sean Orlando Francis. And Sean is just amazing in this movie. He plays a few parts, and so he was just, man, he was a trooper. I mean, he was there all the time. So when you see him, see if you can find how many roles he is playing. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it was so much fun. Then we also have Nicole Dreger, who plays a new character that I made called the Witch Athos. The Witch Athos is badass. You know, I introduced Witch Athos in here just to say, yo, this is somebody that you're going to have to look out for the next edition, for the next movie of A World of Worlds. So I kind of throw it in there. When you watch the movie, when you come see it, you're going to see what she does, what she's all about. And all these new characters, man, it's about what it really kind of puts together what this world is about. This world is different. This is a world, as a planet, it's a different world. And a planet is named Rasir. And everyone on this planet has powers, okay? So powers is a way of life. But it's a parallel universe. So they know about us, but we don't know about them. Now they have the same, things that we do. You know, they have cars, they have planes and all that stuff, but the way they use them is a little different. So think of what you have right now in your house or what you do every day. And if you had a little bit of power to say, I don't know, strike a match without having a match, you just turn things on, being able to move a pad right to left without even touching it, how would things work? So that's how Rasir is. So, it works that way. But the ancient arts of this world is far more powerful than today's, because being that, over time we evolve, we create, just like we do here. Of course, we create, machines, we create, our science gets smarter, we create more things to make our lives easier. So a lot of the chance, the powers that they needed to use a long time ago don't need to be used now, because they have machinery and technology to take care of that. And they don't have to use, they don't have to use their energy and as much as they used to. But those, like Syl in my story, is a student of the old arts. So he keeps his powers as strong as they did thousands of years ago, which is why he was so powerful to take over the entire planet, because no one practices those arts anymore. Which is why Sophia Hayden, my hero, played by Sophia, getting mixed up, Daphne Avery Bless, she has to find the reincarnation of the Royal Four, the four most powerful kings that lived 2,000 years ago. And to be accurate, it's 3 kings and 1 queen. So that's why they call the Royal Four. And they know the old arts. And years ago, they killed a very powerful warlock named Yaziel that was taking over everything at the time, okay? Because he was a prodigy. He was able to learn all 4 of their art forms, their styles. Okay, not completely, but he knew enough of each one of them that he can go around and just start taking over everything. So it took those 4 just to beat that one man. And they did. And they put him in the ground in a forest called Sokoran. Okay, and they put his ashes in there because they just destroyed him, but they barely did. Syl right now is looking for that tomb. Okay. And between these 2 movies, Syl has found the tomb. And what he wants to do is resurrect Yaziel, learn the arts that Yaziel what Yaziel knows. And he wants to take that knowledge, use it for himself to then take over everything. Because one thing that I don't show, but you want to hear about, is that Syl still has to answer to some of the world leaders who helped him get to the level he is now with their help. But having Ezekiel on his side, he knows he don't need them anymore. So that's why he's looking for it. And many people in this time don't even believe that there was a Ezekiel. It's like a myth, because people had moved on. We got planes, we got all these things. I mean, we're not talking about something 2,000 years ago. And, the people now, that's like fairy tales, like myth. But he believed it. And because, why? Because he knew it was true. And so did our heroes, Sophia Hayden, who knew about the Royal Four and that their bodies go into what they call a reincarnation mode. Okay. So you don't know when they're going to come back. You don't know where they are in the world. Now, their bodies are in between two worlds. Okay. Which is called, so it's between either in Resir or on Earth. Now you say, well, how does she know? But that's why I have a package called the Stone of Essence. The Stone of Essence was made by the Royal Four, and they put their essence into a stone, and they vowed to themselves that anyone who possesses this stone will be able to find them if their planet falls to darkness again, and they'll find them in their new bodies. But the person that can possess this very stone has to be pure of heart, strong, dedicated. And the stone will pick who they will allow for them to, for it to listen to. And that person in this story is Sophia Hayden. So the stone brings her into a general area between both worlds. She's able to bridge between both worlds, Resir and Earth. So the first time she bridged over to the Earth side, and then she found Eric Wilson, who is now known as Zahian Krian, who is one of the kings. Remember, there's 3 kings, 1 queen. Well, the first king that she found is Zahian. So she brings him over, bridges him back to Resir, and Resir, they call Resir their mother. And Resir is a very powerful planet. As I said, this power is everywhere. So the very core of that planet has a very strong amount of magic that just seeps through the crest of the planet. That's why everyone is able to pull powers from the planet itself. But also that means that your essence is synced to the planet. So that is why Sophia brings Eric over, so his essence can start syncing with the planet again to help him remember who he is, because he doesn't know who he is until the planet starts to draw. It starts to mesh again with his essence, and that kind of makes him go kind of nuts, because now his memory comes back, but now he has the mind of 2 people. So he has thousands of images just running through his head, thousands of feelings running through his body in seconds continuously, and it makes him crazy. But Sophia is there to help him focus. Now, to keep in mind, this is the first time this has happened to the both of them. It's called realization. And when someone gets realized, it takes time for them to understand their purpose and who they really are, and to control their feelings and their visions. Think of how Superman is when he was a kid, when he used to hear everything. He felt everything. He didn't know what to do. Everything was so strong. That's the same way. That's the same thing that happens to someone who gets realized. Right now, the realization process is going through Eric Wilson, as we know now as Zahian Krian, the king. So this movie is about the rise of the king, the rise of Zahian Krian as he comes out to realize what his purpose is, to understand what he has to do. But he also has all of the feelings, all of the memories of his current life as Eric Wilson. So he has to battle that. And then you have Syl that has his own agenda, obviously, finding Yazil, trying to resurrect him, but he also has something else he wants to do. And you're going to have to find out when you watch the movie on January 22nd. And I want all of you to check it out. And this is what the movie's all about. And this movie was an idea that I thought of a while ago. And it's really like a combination of all the movies, well, most of the movies that inspired me growing up in all my life, even current movies. And I said to myself, what would I want to see? All these movies that I admire always has something that I said, you know what, I'll probably fix that, or I want to do it that way. I want to do it this way. But until I was able to create something myself, it's nothing for me to do. I mean, what I want to do, I can't go to their movies and adjust anything they do, of course, So I said, you know what? I'm going to make something that I want to see, something different, something exciting, something sexy. You know what? I'm going to go for it. And I just did, there was no money or anything like that, and I just said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I did. And we did. And I got the right people on board. I took my time getting the right cast and crew, to come together, who believed in the story, who understood where we want to go with this story, understood the characters. The characters are not easy characters. They're very complex characters. They have a very large backstory. Okay. And, I can't tell all of the backstory for each one of them. The character themselves, the development is just try to push who these characters are, not just by dialogue, but by their actions, and then the way they look and how they are dressed and the environment that they're in, where we can actually just kind of, show you quickly what they're really all about, as much as we can with the time that we have. And now, with A World of Worlds, Rise of the King, I explained that more. I actually say we all explain that more. And I want you all to come down and check it out. Bring everybody, just go to Eventbrite or go to gainsentertainment.com. Guys, get yourself a ticket. Let's all support not just my movie, of course, but the theater, other content creators. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm going to have a local artist with his movie to open my movie with, because I want to give as many people as I can an opportunity to get their movie in the big screen. It's not easy, and why it's not easy? It's not the fact of you saying, well, I just want to go to the theater and put up on the screen. It's money. It's always about money and support. And we do our best with what we have to show you who we are. And movies is about showing who we really are. As performers, we just want to tell the world, this is who we are. We're proud of what we have. We're proud of our talents, and we want to share our talents with you, and those who understand where we're coming from. We're all different. We all have different tastes, obviously. And what we like, we know that you're going to like. And we're all going to be of like minds. I know we are. And if you're into sci-fi, really good action with some good stories, that's sexy, that's powerful, that's epic, that's exciting. And you know what? The main thing is that is new. It's a new idea. And it doesn't matter how big or small it is. I don't even look at it that way. I don't look at the production value. You know what the production value to me really goes into? A story. You can have $100 million film with beautiful production value, but the story can be worth $10. I'm serious about that. And you know what? I know you've seen it too. You look at a movie that costs so much, or maybe so big, has everyone in it, and you look at the story, and it's simple as anything. And it looks like as if there was not much thought put in it. It was just a lot of money and a lot of people on board that wanted to do it to get paid. You see, epic storytelling starts with a story, not about what you're going to have the set as. Yes, of course, that matters. That helps. I know that. I understand that. But remember, ideas start before a letter is typed. I'm almost going to say written. I'm showing my age. I'm about to say written. Now it's all about typing, right? So before a letter is typed, that's when an epic story begins in your head, in your heart, and in your vision. So if you're a creator out there, you want to make a screenplay, you want to do something, it always starts up here, right? Once you get it right up here, then begin to go on your computer and start typing. Start putting ideas down, just jotting stuff down. And that's how it starts. That's how I started. Let me tell you something too. You know how you see these big, you see movies that you admire. Say, for example, movies that I admire, like an obvious one like Star Wars, right? Like we all love Star Wars, right? Well, most of us do, right? I adore Star Wars. And you always heard George Lucas say that his inspiration came from a movie called Seven Samurai by the famous Japanese director Kira Kurosawa, who's no longer with us. But that story propelled him, inspired him to make Star Wars. Now, for me, it's almost the same thing for me. It's crazy when I think about For a World of Worlds. There's a bunch of movies that inspire me to make A World of Worlds, but there's one particular one that really took hold, that really set the stage. And it's a martial arts flick called The Five Deadly Venoms. I know some of you out there know what that is. That's a classic film by Shaw Brothers. It was made back, I think, late 70s, early 80s, late 70s, but it's a classic kung fu flick. Check it out, The Five Deadly Venoms. And The Five Deadly Venoms really catapulted my idea of A World of Worlds, because The Five Deadly Venoms was about five guys who trained different styles in the same temple for years since they were kids. And as they got older and they became experts, their master let them go. They say, now you're ready for the world. Okay. And the show began that, well, they're going for the world. But a couple of them went the wrong direction. They became gangsters. Some became good, some became gangsters. And the master in the story was dying. He had one more student. And this student knew all four styles. He wasn't an expert in all four. He just knew some of each style. And the master said, hey, you need to take down the bad ones, because that's not who we are. And we can't have our name out there doing that. So I need you to find the other one, one of the other ones, the good ones, join them to beat the bad ones. And he says, how do I know who they are? He says, you'll know who they are. They only will show their styles when their life is in danger. So, he had to go to a place where he knew that they were around an area, but he didn't know where, which one in particular was one of the good Venoms. So it's similar to my movie, where I have Sophia Hayden going into an area on Earth looking for the first king, or looking for one of the royal four. She wasn't sure exactly who it was, but she understood like who they were and tried to look for people with those traits. And she was lucky enough to find one. So that's how A World of Worlds started for me in the beginning, with Five Deadly Venoms. That was a big inspiration for me to even start that. So if you have never seen Five Deadly Venoms, I advise you guys, check it out. Definitely check it out. So in closing, before I go to bed, relax a little bit, I want to say Happy holidays to everyone out there. Be safe. Um, enjoy your family. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your life. And I just hope to see all of you in the new year, starting it off strong, starting it off positively, and starting it off with pure vision about what you want to do. And the first thing I want you to do is come see my movie on January 22nd at Studio Movie Grill from 6:30 to 8:30. Oh, I never said the time, did I? But it's from 6:30 to 8:30. Studio Movie Grill, January 22nd. Go to my page, gainsentertainment.com, and buy yourself a ticket. Come join us. Come support us. Come support the theater. That's what we need. We love movies. We love everything about movies. And the last thing we want to see is theaters going down. So supporting the theaters, that's what I'm doing. Just having my red carpet. I want to have it in the theater. I don't want to have it like in an auditorium or in some gym. No, I want to have it in the theater because that's where it should be. That's where all of your movies should be. All of you artists should just put your films always in the theater. That's what we do. And that's where it should be. And I hope to see you all on January 22nd. You have any questions, feel free to DM me on Facebook, on Instagram. I'm always around. So I always have it in my hands. So I see things come up right away. So I'll answer you with any questions you have. So get the word around, guys. Help me out. Please spread the word to everybody. January 22nd. It's going to be at Seminole, Florida in Studio Movie Grill. It's going to be the red carpet event for my sequel to A World of Worlds. This one is called Rise of the King. And it's just, man, I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's fantastic. It's so much fun. You can go to my website at gainsentertainment.com and check out the trailer as well. So you can see what's happening, what we're doing, what it looks like, all that good stuff. And like I said, help me spread the word. And I hope to see you all soon. And I'll see you then. All right. Love you all. Peace.